I'm sending you a strawberry letter, and you know this one's a treat. Okay. That's for all my Aaliyah fans. If y'all know what I'm talking about, hey. Anyway, this strawberry letter is strawberry letter number 9. This one is put a ring on it. And the letter is a little bit jumbled, but I'm going to try to read it straight up the way it is. So bear with me. The first line says it all, but I'll get into that later. Okay, I don't really have a problem per se. It's more of a very common concern. My boyfriend and I have been together for 6.5 years. We have been friends, best friends for 10 years. I've known him for 12 years. He's great, dependable, reliable. When I need him, he's there. He's always asking how he can make me happier and all that jazz. I can't say enough about how my heart sings when I'm with him. Anywho, 2 years ago, we bought a house and moved in together. Last year, we had a baby. With all our history and all the fun we have together, I've been told years ago that we are going to build a family together and have a big family. We go to church together every other Sunday. We work together on small businesses on the Sundays that we aren't in church. On Saturdays are always family day. Some Fridays we do some things with other friends, sometimes together, sometimes separate. I'm happy our relationship is close to perfection. We rarely fight. I don't know how else to express how good it is. This is the best relationship I've ever been in. My concern, dun, 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 is marriage. All women and little girls are brought up to want to get married and have that security. We talk about marriage. Sometimes he'll say in the next few years or soon. I don't want to push because I don't want to seem impatient. Sometimes he'll say we should do this or that for our wedding. We already bought a house, have a child together, eat dinner together every night. We're building a small business together. Why not get married? I know some of my friends tell me, be satisfied, be happy. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm not willing to break up over this. I do pray on it. I just want to know whether it is unreasonable to want the security of marriage. We both work and are financially able to hold down the fort. Should I just chill or continue to pray? Or am I missing something? Sometimes I joke that I might propose to him and he'll say, no, that's a man's job. Well, that's a man's job. And that he won't want to ask, and he won't want me to ask him to pop the question. Okay, she goes on a little bit more, but she does say the ever so popular, why buy the cow when you can get the leche, the milk, for free? Okay, all right. The first line of this really says it all to me. Like she said, I don't have a problem per se. You don't, because you're happy with this. This works for you. I will tell you honestly and bluntly, you may say that you want to get married. You may say that to me. You may say that to him. You may say that to whomever. But your actions say you don't care if you get married. You don't care if you ever get married. You don't care if he ever puts a ring on it. Now, why I say that is because you all are, as my daddy would say, you're playing house. You're already living together, as you say, already have a business together, you have a child together. There is no reason for him to marry you. You're already living the married life without being married. Why would he marry you? I'm being straight up and honest. Why would he? You've already shown that it doesn't matter to you. You have kids with him. It doesn't matter. You buy a house with him. You start a business with him. No matter what you say, your actions have said, I don't care if you ever marry me. 2-3 years from now, 20, 30 years from now. And so he has no sense of urgency. There is no sense of urgency. And yeah, he's going to keep you happy because he's living the dream. You know? My thing is, as far as marriage is concerned, marriage is the ultimate commitment. Buying a house together does signify a small commitment. That is a commitment, nonetheless. Having a child together is definitely a commitment. But marriage is a huge commitment as well. And if that's what you want, and he loves you, what's the problem? The sad part is in the back of my mind, this kind of reminds me of the situation with Sarah Jessica Parker, Carrie from Sex and the City. Now, I'm seriously though. I mean, I know it sounds funny, but seriously, she dated Big forever. And then all of a sudden, he's going to marry somebody else? Like what? Been with you, committed with you all this time. And then if something happens, he goes and marries somebody else. My point is, they do that sometimes. Men do that sometimes. And they're not saying they never want to get married. They just don't want to get married to you right now. I'm not saying it never will happen, but there is no urgency. So, like you say, you don't have a problem, you don't. Because you don't want to leave him. Which I don't suggest that you do. Some women, to me, make a huge mistake when they put an ultimatum out there for the man. You know, you marry me or I'm leaving. Even if he does decide to marry you and he does cave under that pressure, that is not the way you get a man. That is not the way it's done. Because you'll always feel like you pressured somebody, and he'll always feel like you pressured him. You don't want somebody to marry you because you guilted them or blackmailed them or pressured them. You want them to marry you because they love you and they want to show you the ultimate commitment, and they want to tell you, God, and everybody else, their mama, their daddy, everybody, they want to tell everybody, I love this person and I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. It is the ultimate commitment. And I cannot stand when some men say that it's just a piece of paper. When a man says that it's just a piece of paper, he has no value for the true sanctity of marriage. It is more than a piece of paper. It is a commitment. It is a promise. You are standing before God and you're holding this person's hand and you're saying, we are going to stay together. This is what we want to do. You're promising God. That's what you're doing. People take it lightly, but you're saying, I'm committed to this person. And you're swearing before God that that's what you want to do. That's who you want to be with. It's more than a piece of paper. It is the ultimate commitment. And you're saying to him, I don't really need that. Say what you want. Your actions and the lifestyle and everything that you've, kind of said, okay to. Everything you've done all that to says that I don't care if I get married. So like you said, you don't have a problem. You don't. Because you're happy with this. And so I have no advice to give to you. As a married person, I think that marriage is awesome. It is a lot of work, but so is anything else that has a reward. Marriage has been so rewarding for me. To me, it's just like when my husband was just my boyfriend, I knew he loved me, but he's my husband. It's so different. It is so different. When he asked me, that's the thing about it. He could have stayed out here on the market. My husband couldn't wait to marry me. He told me when we went on like our first couple dates, he said, I don't want to scare you, but you're going to be my wife one day. And I was like, okay, married. When they really, really love you and they want to make that commitment, they make that commitment. If it's just a piece of paper, well, let's get that piece of paper. If it's going to make me happy and it's just a piece of paper, let's go get the piece of paper. It's just talk. But like I said, you say you don't really need any advice because you've already done everything. You said you've already prayed about it. You guys are already going to church. You already said you don't care. It's not worth breaking up with him over. He knows that. He knows that. You've already said, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? You've already said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. If you like it, I love it. I will say continue to pray. Continue to pray that God will change his heart and help him to see that, you should be his wife and that this is something that he should want to do. But there is no sense of urgency here. So I don't see it happening anytime soon. Why would he? Why should he? There is no rush. My thing is like, especially when he tells you, maybe in 2 or 3 years, what are y'all going to do in the next 2 or 3 years that you guys aren't doing right now? You're somewhat established if you're buying houses and doing businesses and all this other stuff. So it's not a money issue. So what is the issue? So it's not about money. It's not about love. We love each other. It's not about, what is it about? You guys go to church so what is it about? What's the reason why? Ask him. If you really want to know, what's going to change in 2 or 3 years that's going to decide everything? Why 2 or 3 years and not now? I mean, hey, this one is like, okay. But anyway, I'm going to ask you guys to give your opinion. So please comment, rate, subscribe, all that stuff. Video responses. You guys hear the strawberry letter. Like, I don't know what you want us to tell her. If you're fine with it, then what do you want anybody else? What do you want anybody else to say? I think marriage is beautiful. I think he should marry you. If he's willing to make all these other commitments to you, he should make the ultimate commitment and marry you. Buying a house with you, small business with you, child with you. He should marry you. Why not? You asking me why not? Ask him why not. I'm good enough to have your child, good enough to live with. Why not? I mean, like you said, you don't want to pressure him. All this tiptoeing around his feelings is why it's never going to happen, or no time soon. That's why. It's not worth breaking up over. I don't want to ask him. I don't want to pressure him. He thinks it's not a big deal to you, so that's why it's not a big deal to him. Anyway, I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and please, if you like my videos, why not? Become a part of the family and subscribe. All right? Later, divas. Deuces.